Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and NewsChannel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast today. The University of Akron hosts its annual Black Male Summit on April the 10th and the 11th. Students Darnell Davis Jr. and George Hill III are with me this morning to talk about that event at the University of Akron. Later on, we'll hear from Yvonne Pointer, Project Director in the Department of Community Relations for the City of Cleveland. She will tell us about events going on at City Hall commemorating Women's History Month. And on the broadcast after that, we'll hear from and meet and greet hosted by Connecting for Kids, Sarah Rentamke and Lisa Ruman. They'll tell us about this event. Good morning, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and we are beginning right now. Good to have you with us, Darnell Davis and George Hill from the University of Akron. Good to have you, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You both are students there at university?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, what are you majoring in?
I'm political science, criminal justice.
What about you, George?
I am a business major last year here at the University of Akron.
Well, we wish you well. Hope you're able to find employment when you leave. Jobs, that's what graduates are always thinking about.
That is the goal.
Sir.
Yeah. Another thing you're thinking about is the Black Male Summit, which is going to be held at the University of Akron. Tell me, what is the Black Male Summit that you've scheduled for April the 10th and the 11th?
Well, the Black Male Summit is a summit that's held every year at the University of Akron, and is to increase the retention for black male students post-high school for college career. It also addresses issues for black community, what we need to take aware of, what we don't know, and what we should prepare for the future.
Yeah, as we look to the future, our students look forward to this Black Male Summit, right?
Yes, sir.
You're concentrating on where to go in college and where to go after college, is that correct?
Yes, sir. And we also have a high school component to our Black Male Summit. The Black Male Summit creates a platform to connect the older generation and the younger generation. Because as we transition through college and we become the next leaders of the world, we need those gate openers or someone to allow us through the gates. And the Black Male Summit allows that to happen, you know, and creates a platform for us to meet, you know, the older leaders of the world.
Right, yeah. You've got some well-known speakers who are going to come in, who are going to set the tone and set the stage, right?
Definitely. We have Mr. Jalen Rose, we have Mr. Maurice Claret, we also have Dr. Eric Dyson, and also Damon A. Williams.
And they're going to talk about maybe obstacles they faced in their lives, like Maurice Claret, some of the obstacles they met in lives.
Yes, it gives a chance for us to see their view on society and with their process and how they went through college, what they need to prepare for. It also informs us on issues at hand that need to be addressed.
How they found success, right?
Yes, sir. As a black male, we all, no matter what age you are, we face the same obstacles as transitioning through our road through success, whatever that may be. And you know, as college students and going through our collegiate career, we need to know, you know, those keys or those tricks and hints that allows us to, you know, to be successful in our lives and also as professionals transitioning out of the university.
And how to avoid the pitfalls.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Because there are pitfalls out there.
Yes, you have to look out there, especially as you grow as a young man in this society where you already have an image that is already put against you. And so you have to work your way out of that image. And so this is just a chance for those people to help us to get out of that image.
This is going to be Saturday and Sunday, April the 10th and the 11th, and my notes tell me you're going to hold this at the John S. Knight Center in downtown Akron on East Mill Street.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
George, what do you want people to take away from when they come to this event?
You know, I really want people to take away that this is a great opportunity for you to connect with others like yourself. It's a chance for you to network, get to know others, and know that it can be done. That even though you are a black male, the job still can be reached for you to be someone like yourself or another political figure.
Is this open to anybody and everybody who
Yes, sir. The Black Male Summit is an open event. For UA students, it is free, but for community members and anyone else who would like to attend, it is $50. It's a $50 fee, and that covers the entire summit. You can eat with us, you know, network with us, and enjoy our university and enjoy Akron.
Yeah. How do people get tickets to attend this event?
You would visit our website. So you can go to the U Akron website, and in the header box to the right, you you could type in Black Male Summit, and that will take you directly to our page.
We'll put that on the screen. It's uakron.edu.
Yes, sir.
uakron.edu. You can get more information on everything we're talking about. And there's a phone number that I'm going to put on the screen as well, 330-972-7193. Write that number down if you want to go to this event. It's on Saturday, April the 10th, and Sunday, April the 11th at the John S. Knight Center in downtown Cleveland on Mill Street. That's in downtown Akron. And you were excited about this, aren't you, George?
I am very excited. You know, I joined the Black Male Summit just a few years ago because I wanted to get involved and with on campus. And once I got involved, I saw how beneficial this could be for me and other students like myself. I was able to work my connections and get to know people, where it led to internships and also job opportunity for when I do graduate from school.
Yeah. I know you've got a bunch of speakers. As we talked about, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, he has sat on this set with me. And he's quite a speaker. Quite a speaker, and a bunch of other people are going to be there as well. Bottom line is, this is helping certain black men negotiate through all of the situations we have to negotiate through and find success.
Yes,
sir.
Something for the women too. They can learn something from this as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, no matter what race you are, what your gender is, there's a correlation between the path to success that we all face going to college and things like that. So, I mean, if you can draw a correlation between what we're speaking of that is directly focused on black males and take that and apply it to your own life, then you can be successful also through our Black Male Summit and learn some things that we're trying to teach and you know, give a hands up.
Right. How true, how true. Once again, it's going to be April the 10th and the 11th, University of Akron's Black Male Summit, sponsored by the University of Akron at the John S. Knight Center in downtown. Good to have you on the, broadcast, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Phone numbers and addresses on the screen. Do take advantage of all of that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This is News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. I'll take a break. I'll be right back. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope today. There will be several events at Cleveland City Hall throughout March to commemorate Women's History Month. Yvonne Pointer is with the city's Department of Community Relations, and she's here to tell us more about Women's History Month and all the events associated with it. Hello, Yvonne.
Hey, Leanne, how are you?
Oh, I'm just fine. I'm just fine. City of Cleveland and Women's History Month.
You know what? I'm so happy to be here today, and it was Danita Harris that called me, you know, after hearing so many things on the news, and all of which were mostly negative. She said, we have to do something as women. And so we came up with an idea to do several programs within the city in the Department of Community Relations, and our theme is Our History is Our Strength. And Leanne, when we did the research, we found out that a lot of movements in the past in our history was provoked by women.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, it was those mothers in the church, and it was those people who said that's enough. So what we're going to do is just resurrect some of their memories, give out some awards, and to acknowledge women today who are doing things.
Now, your first event, I think, is scheduled for March
March 16th. That's going to be in the Rotunda. Danita Harris will be our MC, and that theme is Praying It Forward. We're going to have various denominations. We're going to have people praying from the Jewish religion, Muslim religion, and Christianity. We're doing a prayer covering over our city, over our children, over our leaders. We're going to have various entertainment from other denominations. Unfortunately, that invitation is it's an invitation-only event, but we do have other events throughout the month that's free and open to the public.
So we're going to be celebrating women and looking at the accomplishments of women. I mean, when you look back in history, women have always been there, greatly involved in turning the tide and changing our direction, where societies were headed.
Well, you know, somebody once said behind every successful man is a woman, but I like to say alongside of every successful man is a woman. And one award in particular that we're going to give out is the Madam C.J. Walker Award, is going to Monica Green from So Curly, So Kinky, So Straight. I hope I said that correct. But just to show that women have entrepreneur spirits, they're business owners. You know, women are doing a lot of amazing things and have done a lot of amazing things in the past.
Now, this is something that the administration, the Frank Jackson administration at Cleveland City Hall has been pushing, and of course you're involved with the Community Relations Department in that administration.
You know, it's unfortunate that for some reason we only want to look at the bad things that's going on in our administration, but I got to tell you, it's a lot of good things happening for the city of Cleveland, in the city of Cleveland, and it's a lot due in part to Mayor Frank G. Jackson and of course my director Blaine Griffin. And we also want to acknowledge the Cleveland Hopkins Airport, who is sponsoring all of the Women's History events.
Ricky Smith is the director out there. While you mentioned directors. So you're excited about this. I know this is the kind of thing that gets you going because it is all positive.
Right. I think sometimes we need to accentuate the positive, Leon. We need to just stop looking at everything that's wrong and say that there's a lot of right things going on. And for Women's History Month, we're going to showcase some of those things. We're going to acknowledge city and Cleveland employees. And then our last closing event is Selma Stories, Women in the March. We're going to have snippets about women who were actually the catalyst behind the Selma March.
There were many people who were involved.
Many women.
In fact, I knew people who were there that day in 1965. They were crossing the bridge there in Selma, Alabama. I've talked to them, and they've got a bunch of stories to tell, just tremendous stories.
Well, that's what we want to do. We want to tell some of the stories. And Leon, you're a perfect historian yourself. So when we come back with Men's Month, which we don't know when that'll be, but we'll make sure that you want to.
We'll squeeze in a Men's Month somewhere.
Yes.
Why do you think this is so vital for the city to do this? Sponsor this Women's History Month?
Well, because I think that we need to stop walking under a dark cloud as if this is all we are about. This is an amazing city. We have an amazing mayor, and it's some amazing people in this city. And so we're going to take this time to just recognize. We're also going to be doing acknowledging women in public safety. It's a lot of things that's good going on, but we have to choose to focus on them. I read once that Abraham Lincoln said, "We are as happy as we make up our minds to be."
Isn't that the
truth? So
let
us choose to focus on the positive.
Let's choose to be happy.
Yes.
A little bit ago in our final minute, you mentioned Madam
C.J. Walker.
C.J. Walker, who was the first black woman millionaire in the United States.
In the United States. So rightfully so that Monica Green will get that award because it is women then doing amazing things and it's women today doing amazing things.
How are you doing, Yvonne Pointer?
You know what, Yvonne Pointer is still standing, and for that I'm grateful. You know, after 29 years with the resolution of my daughter's homicide, I just find some extra energy to do some more things for other families. I
will tell the public, if the public is not aware, in 1984, your teenage daughter was murdered, found murdered on her way to school, and it took 29 years or 30 years or so before justice, we found out who did it. And ever since 1984, you've been very much involved with the community, making it a better community. Well,
it's to God be the glory, and thank you, because you've been an integral part in keeping my face on the television, and I thank you for that.
We salute you, Yvonne Pointer.
Thank you, Leon.
And we love you too.
Thank you.
Take care, my friend.
All right, thank you.
I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back in just a moment. We are talking about connecting for kids after this. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Always good to have you with us. The 2015 Connecting for Kids Meet and Greet will help families learn about local resources, including summer camps and after-school programs to help enhance the child's development. Executive Director Sarah Rentamaki is here. She sits to the right, and Lisa Ruman of the Child and Family Counseling Center of Westlake is also here. They're going to tell us more about this event on March the 26th. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Sarah and Lisa. It's good to have you. So tell me about the mission. What's the overall mission of Connecting for Kids?
Well, Connecting for Kids started because of my journey. I'm a parent of 2 boys that were born with some developmental delays, and I found it very overwhelming to find programs, therapists, summer camps for them to be able to go to. Oftentimes, a pediatrician, if they're part of a large hospital system, can only refer within that system. And yet there's a lot of wonderful providers that are lower cost outside of that. And I said I had a vision that I would create an event that would be all of the programs on the west side at one spot.
So you're kind of a clearinghouse of information. People can come to you and all under one umbrella and get all kinds of information.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're going to touch bases with you on that. Let's bring Lisa Ruman into the conversation now. Lisa, what's your involvement with Connecting for Kids?
So I'm the founder of the Child and Family Counseling Center of Westlake, and this is my 4th year of participating in the meet and greet and my 2nd year of sponsoring it. And it's such an important event for families and professionals in the community to learn about all of the different wonderful service providers that are out there. The Child and Family Counseling Center of Westlake, we specialize in the mental and emotional health needs of children, adolescents, and families. So we will be one of the providers that will be there, that families can come and meet, learn about all of our services.
And get this information that we've been talking about. Sarah, to tell me about this one. What's going to happen at the meet and greet? We've got a thumbnail sketch. Directly, what's going to happen at the meet and greet, which is slated for Thursday, March the 26th at the Armourley Civic Center in Rocky River, by the way?
Well, there'll be more than 60 programs, therapists, and camps, each with a table. And so parents can come in. We will have parent mentors, because one of the things is it's very intimidating to walk into an environment, whether you have a diagnosis with your child or maybe your child is just struggling. So it doesn't have to be an autism spectrum disorder or ADHD. It can just be my child is struggling on the playground. Maybe we're having problems with anxiety over the standardized testing. My child is struggling. You can come in. If you would like, a parent mentor will walk you around to help you find the places, or you can go on your own and browse. Take brochures from people, even talk and meet with some of the counselors to see if they're a good fit for your family.
Yeah. Lisa Ruman, how vital is this for parents?
Oh, it's extremely important, because a lot of parents will oftentimes feel isolated. They might have a child who's got a significant mental health issue, behavioral health issue, special need, and they may feel very isolated, like they're alone in this. When they come to the meet and greet, parent mentors are there. They'll see all different families, parents who they'll be able to see and understand they're not alone in this. There are many people out there dealing with these issues.
And how to deal with these issues in our final 3 minutes or so.
Absolutely.
How to deal with these issues. When I was growing up, there was a bully in the neighborhood who really had an emotional thing for me going, you know.
Right.
And I wish somebody could have helped me overcome that. We eventually overcame it, but that kind of thing, any kind of situation, right?
Any situation. And you know, as parents, nobody hands you a guide instruction manual about how to help your child when they're being bullied, right? And so as a parent, to get some coaching about how to help them through whatever situation they're facing that you may not know how to help them, the resources are there.
Lisa, you see this every day, don't you, in your job at the Child and Family Counseling Center in Westlake?
Yes, we do.
People with questions.
Right, absolutely. People with families with questions, parents with questions. We provide individual counseling. We provide family counseling. We provide parent coaching, parent education on different issues. We also have psychiatry services. So if a child or adult's mental health need is impacting their functioning, psychiatry services might be something they want to take a look at. We also provide couples counseling. When you've got a child with special needs, it's a real stress on the family. It's a stress on the couple, so they may need some help and mediation and communication on how to deal with this.
Sarah Runamaki is Executive Director of Connecting for Kids. Is this open, this event on March the 26th, Thursday in Rocky River, is this open to anybody who needs to get there?
Absolutely. It's open. It's free to the public. And we encourage both parents to come as well as professionals to come and network so that they can understand as well all of the resources that are available to families that they might work with.
Was this your vision for the organization when you founded this?
Absolutely. You know, although I thought it would be much smaller. In our first 3.5 years, we've touched more than 3,000 families on the West Side. And I never thought that we would help that many families in such a short amount of time.
This fits with what you are doing with your organization, Child and Family Counseling Center of Westlake.
Absolutely.
This fits exactly. It's hand in glove.
Absolutely.
The two of you working together
Yes.
on this.
Yes.
Plus other organizations as well.
Absolutely.
Great. How many organizations you got?
More than 60.
Yeah.
So it'll be everything from the achievement centers, which works with children with special needs, to people who work with academic tutoring. to summer camps and recreation programs.
Let's give it a good plug here. I'm going to put a phone number on the screen. Isn't that wonderful? My control room is just wonderful. There it is, 440-250-5563. More information on everything we've been talking about. Or go to connectingforkids.org. That's at the bottom of the screen as well, connectingforkids.org. And once again, that event is going to be Thursday, March the 26th at the Ummerly Civic Center in Rocky River. Starts at 6:30 in the evening and goes on in for the next couple of hours or so.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, for being
Thank
here.
you for having us.
We wish
very
you well.
much.
Yeah, tell everybody we said hi.
We will do that. Thank you.
Hug the kids for me.
I will.
All right. We all could use a hug here and there. Just stay with me.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take a break. We'll be right back. Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League after these words, especially for you. Your friend and mine on the Morning Exchange segment, Marsha Maccabee, president of the Urban League. Hey, Marsha.
Hey, Leon, how are you today?
Okay, I'm okay.
Good. Well, Leon, it's the month of March, and we've already had some of our guests talk about Women's History Month. And certainly, as the female leader of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, I would be remiss not to weigh in on that topic. So I certainly wanted to wish all the women in the audience a happy Women's History Month, and to also add that within the Urban League movement, we're seeing a lot of women coming to the leadership table to actually lead urban leagues around the country.
We have opened up the door, and we
Absolutely.
are much more equitable.
Yes.
Haven't got there fully yet, but
Right.
we're much more equitable in how we view this American society and the world society. Women are on stage now, having a lot to say.
Absolutely. And when you consider the number of women who lead in their homes, who are the breadwinner and the head of households, that's really important. So the issue of pay equity and equity in access to good paying jobs and opportunities for development are really, really important.
You preach that as the head of the Urban League in many of the classes that you and your colleagues present at the Urban League.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, because we want to make sure that they understand how to compete on the stage and what skills you need, what abilities you need, what tools you need in order to be able to compete, because it's all about being able to compete in this competitive environment, and it's global.
Certainly, we are seeing more women in all aspects of American life.
That's exactly
and we
right.
are hearing women make sounds all over the world too.
That's exactly
especially in the Middle East, women are trying to break out of those cocoons that some have been held in.
And I think the female perspective is so important because of the nurturing that we do and the way that we care for others.
Okay. Words of wisdom always from my good friend Marsha Maccabee. That's going to do it for us. Thank you, Marsha. That's going to do it for us. We'll both say take care and bye-bye.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.